Do you want to know the best way to tame a Sinomacrops or where to find them on Lost Island? Well, this video is going to be for you. I'm going to show you today how to get one of these cute little Sinomacrops that you can see sitting on my shoulder, and I'm also going to show you where I have found to be the best places to tame them. So, we're going to go ahead and get into it, but before that, if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to like the video if you find this content useful for you, and of course subscribe if you are new here. So, first thing, I am going to show you where on earth you can find these things, and then I'm going to show you how to tame them. I'm basically going to show you my top 3 spots where you can go to tame Sinomacrops, and honestly, the most important thing is to find a place that is relatively open so that you can see them, and also a place that's relatively safe, because there's a lot of scary things on Lost Island, and you really don't want to get killed in the middle of taming one of these guys. So my very first location is going to be here on the map. It is in the north part of the island, around maybe 2142, and it's this temple that you see here. I have found a few here, but really this is why this is my number 3 spot. There's not that many, but they do spawn in the forest around this area, from here pretty much all the way to the coast in that direction there. So this is my number 3 spot. Now let's go to number 2. Okay, so spot number 2 is actually a really big area just on the edge of the redwoods and the jungle. Now, in this area, you can usually find Sinomacrops kind of spawn down there, through the jungle over here, and then all the way, I'll kind of fly up and show you. But basically, this whole area here is just absolutely full of Sinomacrops. There are a lot of swamp and kind of waterway areas. So as you can see here, right in front of us, this big open swamp has a lot. This whole area is full of Sinomacrops, all the way through to kind of that open area over there where I've actually tamed to 150. But basically, all of these little water areas and jungle are absolutely chock full of Sinomacrops. Now, the only downside is there are lots of dangerous things like Spinos and Baryonyx and Capros. So you're going to probably want to stick mostly to the jungle unless you're comfortable enough going near the swampy area. And like I said, it literally just extends through this whole area here that you see in front of me. And I'll pull up the map again. So this is located pretty much around 52, 53, 50. This whole area is just absolutely chock full of Sinomacrops. All right, so now we're going to move on to my number 1 spot to tame Sinomacrops. And this is actually a place that I have personally built in on my server. And I didn't even realize that it was a Sinomacrops hotspot until I moved here. As you can see, there's already one flying down below us. And I'm going to basically show you this area here on the map. Now, there's basically this kind of canyon with a river in it that goes all the way down past Greenop, and this canyon is absolutely chock full of Sinomacrops. And I mean, literally just sitting here building my base, I had numerous Sinomacrops coming up to me. They get stuck where this waterfall is below us, and it is absolutely a fantastic place to tame them. So this is my number 1 spot, and this is where I will recommend that if you are in need of a Sinomacrops, you come here to take a look. So this area right here where there is a waterfall and the stream that goes all the way down, there are just tons of Sinomacrops that spawn here all the time. Okay, so there are some things that you're going to need to do in order to prepare to actually tame the Sinomacrops. The very first thing that you're going to need is some chitin, and you're going to put it into the last slot on your bar on the bottom. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is some ghillie. As you can see here, I have a full ghillie set. You can do this without the ghillie, but I'm going to tell you right now, it is so much easier with ghillie. And because it is the Christmas event, if you have that turned on your server, you can go and take full advantage of that and get a ghillie suit right away from the Christmas presents dropped by Raptor Claws. Alright, so here, once you have your full ghillie set, you're going to basically go out and look for Sinomacrops. We have one right over here. I believe it's a level 15. Now, you can pretty much run around pretty close to them without the ghillie, or with the ghillie suit on, and they really don't care too much. Now, if you were to do this without the ghillie suit, as soon as you got pretty close to them, they would just take off and freak out. This one has already noticed me, and hasn't freaked out, so I'm going to let it come up, and I'll basically show you what it is with a low level, because this is a level 15. On my server rates, this will only take one. Oh, no, never mind, it changed. Now it's going to take more than 2 feet. So as you can see, it then takes off and flies away. Normally, what I would do is, if I'm trying to bring one into me, I would just take the ghillie suit off, which I'm going to show you now what to do. So you can go in and track it at the top with the taming tracker, and you can see where it is. So it's 68 meters away, and I'm going to just kind of follow it around. This definitely helps if you already have a Sinomacrops, because they will help you get around. So we're 30 meters away. I'm now going to go ahead and just take off my ghillie, and then that way it will actually recognize me much sooner. So I have to just wait for it. See, it's already got the hearts, and it comes straight to me. This is 100% the easiest way to tame a Sinomacrops, using the ghillie to get close to it without freaking him out. Now, this is much more difficult when there are multiple flying around, and we're just going to let you just hang out here. And I'm going to go look for a higher level, and I'm going to use a higher level to kind of show you what it's like when you're basically taming one that requires more than just 2 feet. Okay, so we're over here near our spot number 2, and as you can see, there is a Sinomacrops flying around me. I'm going to go ahead and take off my ghillie, and oh, there's actually a few of them. And as soon as I take off the ghillie, as you can see, they fly directly to me. I think one of these might be a 95. I'm not sure about the other. We have a 135. Perfect. All right, so we're going to tame that one. And we're going to tame this one, and we'll go ahead and track both of those, but we'll probably just go after the 135. Actually, yeah, I'll probably just track the 135 here. And it's flying off in that direction over there. I think they are attacking a bug. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my ghillie back on so I don't scare any of the other ones in the area. So it's 70, 80 meters away. I can now follow it. Do need to be careful. There are things like snakes and arthropluris in this area, and as you can see, he is really taking off, so I'm going to have to kind of go after him now. He's flying up over in that direction. I really just need to get to a spot where he's kind of calmed down a little bit. Looks like he has chilled out. And I'm going to go ahead and take off my ghillie, see if we're close enough. We're just a little bit too far away, so I'm going to go ahead and throw my ghillie back on, but it does seem like he stopped running, so I'm just basically going to cross the way over here and come up this way. We're now about 30-something meters away, and I can just go ahead and take off my ghillie, and he should come right to me. There we go. 26, 23, unless he's stuck. There he is. Like I said, using the ghillie to basically keep them from seeing you and freaking out and then taking it off strategically really is the best way. So there we go. We have our second feed in. He's going to take off now, and we'll put the ghillie back on. He's still kind of flying around all over the place, but we'll go ahead and see if I can get him to come to us. Oh, let me get a little bit closer here. There we go. And he might see us. If they get close enough while you're wearing the ghillie, they'll automatically come to you. And it looks like he's coming in now. But really, I think like the magic number is within 40 meters. If you take the ghillie off, they'll usually come up to you. But it needs to be within 40. 30 to 40 is probably the best. But if you get under 30, they'll actually see you through the ghillie and they'll come up to you. But if they're not ready to be tamed, then they'll freak out and take off. If you can trap them up against these waterfalls, that is a great place to tame them because they kind of get stuck in the rocks and really can't take off. All right, so now we take the ghillie off, and he should come up to us. And another one has come in. It wants some chitin. So we'll go ahead and feed that one. And our one is coming back up to us now. Go ahead and feed you again. And as you can see, his taming effectiveness is still at 100%. You do need to be careful that if they take damage, it will reset all the way to 0. Oh, this is so hard to see. Ooh. All right, well, that one's tamed. There we go, we fed ours. But yeah, you do need to be careful of these ones. If you shoot or kill them and they like freak out and you get the damage music or the battle music, it'll basically scare all the other ones in the area. And I think maybe 2 more feeds on this one. We'll go ahead and take the ghillie off again. And when he's ready, he's going to come right to us. Easy peasy. This is, in my opinion, just the easiest way to tame them, using the ghillie to kind of not freak them out. Hopefully that one doesn't get scared of his buddy. All right, so to take one more feed, this is a 135. So basically this is just the system. You just keep putting the ghillie back on, taking it off when they're ready. Ours is still hanging out up there. I'll go ahead and take my ghillie off again. And we'll see if he's ready. Let me see. He should be ready to eat, and here he comes. There we go. So this is how you tame Sinomacrops. This is the easiest way to do it, in my opinion. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you liked today's video, please let me know by hitting the like button and of course subscribing if you are new to the channel. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find this useful, and I will catch you all in the next one.